Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Epicenter European Qualifiers Lower Bracket Round 1. We already successfully eliminated Na'Vi earlier today when they were able to lose their game. It's a really negative way of putting it, but they lost to Polarity is a good way of putting it. It's the correct and most accurate way of putting it. London Conspiracy versus Vega is the next camp off the rank, with London Conspiracy fighting both injury, as they've got one of their players out with an arm injury. Stevstar will be standing in for him tonight, and they're going up against Vega, who'll be looking better and better. Of course, a man who looks absolutely amazing and says also amazing things is my co-caster, who is going into the graveyard shift. That's right. Thanks very much for staying up late, Heen.
Oh, it's no problem, Toby. I mean, to be honest, I usually go to bed at 4 or 5 a.m. anyway. A few more hours. That's kind of funny the way you put it. You sounded overly enthusiastic about Na'Vi getting knocked out.
Well, because it's the opposite of what everyone thinks my reaction is going to be. It's like, oh, Na'Vi lost again. I just don't know how I can deal with this. My life, it has no purpose anymore. I don't even know why I cast. I really don't. Just if Na'Vi's not in the competition, what's the point? Is that what you're expecting?
No, not quite that dramatic, but yeah. Now I think Na'Vi fans are no offense, but kind of used to disappointment by now. I mean, they're not the same Na'Vi that we were used to 2-3 years ago.
I will not debate that at all. If there's one word that goes with Na'Vi, it is disappointment. But one team which I gotta say disappointment has been transferred to for me is London Conspiracy. They came out with these cool, unique ways when they first formed to draft. They were very difficult to play against. We had this Baby Knight OD or Brute Mother, which was just crushing mid. And in their quarterfinal game, Baby Knight, in not one, two of the games, just fell short. It's probably the nicest way I can put it. He got so out CS'd that it was ridiculous. Spirit made him look like a complete and utter scrub. And I'm hoping, and that was Baby Knight also who played OD as well as Invoker in that game. But he got outplayed by Iceberg so hard. He is gonna have to pull something out tonight to actually instill that confidence back into me after he came back from his StarCraft 2 career years ago.
Yeah, I haven't watched those games, but as far as I know, Baby Knight was one of those players back before he went to StarCraft.
Yeah.
He was known for his laning prowess, so I'm surprised that Spirit was able to make him look like that.
It really, it wasn't just Spirit, he lost, it was a straight one-on-one too. The first matchup he had, it was a Puck versus an OD. And Puck out CS'd him. There was definitely some influence from Gold Black and Always Wanna Fly when they came in with Enchantress as well as Rubik in game number 1. And again, it was a minion controlling creep that came into the lane to screw with Baby Knight in game number 2 when it was the Invoker versus a Wind Ranger. Yeah, this is a whole new slate. Baby Knight, forget about the past. Just focus on this game and see what he's capable of doing. So far, we've got the Beastmaster and the Invoker picked up from Vega. So we get one of Mag's comfort heroes, plus obviously a mid comfort hero for Vega, the Invoker pickup, while Under Conspiracy in for the Void and Earth Spirit.
I mean, at first glance, it looks like both teams are gonna go for team fight oriented lineups, judging by just the heroes. I'm not too the way London Conspiracy played. When the few times that I watched them, they did indeed play those weird Brood Mother mid lineups. So I wouldn't exactly describe my memory of this team as a team fight based team, but maybe they've changed their ways. And Vega Squadron definitely one of those teams that are all about team fight and just there's no need to farm for this team. They're just gonna play good Dota.
Yeah. It's funny because when London Conspiracy first came in, they played this 4-1 style, where they ended up having this. They basically just made space for Baby Knight to do his thing. That was pretty much it. And then Baby Knight would join them, and then they'd have this 5-man push play. Sometimes even if it didn't go their way. But with Vega, like, you're right, they're brawlers through and through. But having Mag on something like a Broodmother on the off lane is always one of those things where you see the diversity in Vega, where they can play like really great brawler lineups, but they can also make really great choices when it comes to split push decisions, taking out tier 1s, tier 2s, and knowing what you get in trade for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think this patch right now, it's optimal for teams to, their first priority is to try to win team fights. And then, like, if things don't work out and you need more time to get on even ground with opponents, then you resort to split push. In the past, there were teams that, from the get-go, their plan is to split push and then farm up an advantage, and then they would do team fight, or even then they wouldn't be so eager to team fight. But right now, I think the teams that are confident in their team fight capabilities and just controlling the map have such an edge.
Well, so far, who do you think has got the edge in the drafting phase? Seems like both teams got a lot to work with, but no one's really like locked into anything yet.
I think so far I like Vega's draft in that it's pretty flexible. It has pretty good team fight, whereas LC, it's still not complete, and they need some core ingredients. Like, they have to pick their mid and carry hero, which does a lot of damage. So for LC, I think the remaining two picks are more crucial to the success of their lineup, whereas Vega Squadron so far seems pretty solid, well-rounded. It's almost like Vega have much more freedom to explore the remaining. Is this like a carry and a support left? I presume that's a Beastmaster off lane.
It should be a Mag Beastmaster, yes. It could slip into the 4th position. Normally, like, you have like Seamer on that. I want to say like on the fifth position, like he's more of a sacrificial lamb. But at the same time, they can get a little aggressive, a little bit greedy when it comes to solos play. He actually played a 4th position, Nature's Prophet. They actually played the Jungle Prophet during their quarterfinal game. It didn't end well because they just got completely out-time played in that game. But everything else looked pretty good. The rest of the time, they try and go for these heavy controllers, as well as counter-initiators in their supports. Like, they ran a Disruptor as well as Witch Doctor combination, and like they weren't even looking for like any perfect synergy. Like, in that game, it was primarily just Malediction and Cask they were looking to level up and just find quick kills on the lane with. So that's what I'm looking for from the last one.
We're talking about damage, and Sven is definitely damage, but then you come into these sticky situations where Faceless Void has to cast Chrono, but unless it's a perfectly cast Chrono where it catches like 2 heroes on the edge, Sven's not going to be able to follow up on it.
So you need a nuke from Baby Knight to work with the Void then, early on.
Yeah, that's my initial impression, but at the same time, 2 melees like with Void isn't the war. It's like not the end of the world. They can go on different targets, but we saw the Vega. Vega basically insta-picked Ursa in response to Sven, so it's almost like they were completely ready for it, and no need to dwell on what kind of heroes they need to perfectly suit their lineup.
They banned the Viper as the last one. I haven't seen a Viper being picked up for a very long time. He's always one of those heroes which sounds like he's really good, but never become so. It could be the other view of Vega as well. The fact they're looking for like a mech carrier here that can go into the mid. And Viper would have been able to fulfill that.
Yeah, but it's like Viper's not really one of those heroes that come to mind when you want to synergize with Faceless Void.
Yeah.
Or any of these other heroes.
You're almost turning like Chrono into a pure like it's a controlling mechanism. That's all.
I mean, I suppose Viper would be okay at controlling the Ursa. Like, let's say he gets an Ags and constantly Viper strikes the Ursa, but at the same time, Ursa is gonna do so much burst damage that even a Viper is vulnerable to getting, comboed by the Ursa.
Wind Ranger is the last one up here for London Conspiracy, so not the instant synergy with the Faceless Void, but you got the Witch Doctor that can do a lot of work there. She brings a lot of physical damage to the pool, but then Vega pick up one of the great heroes against this London Conspiracy lineup. Very little, in fact, almost no magical damage to speak of, and the Winter Wyvern is going to stop all physical damage. That's actually such a great last pickup, and I'm not normally a Winter Wyvern fan.
It's gonna basically block Sven's potential to solo kill people in team fights. Like you put Cold Embrace on someone, and then Sven has to move on to the target, and it's kind of awkward to wait 4 seconds during a chaotic team fight. I think it was when Winter Wyvern was actually a really popular hero, worth like first phase picking. People just didn't run Sven against Winter Wyvern because of how much your net worth is wasted versus Winter Wyvern. And like back then, the ult was a lot more flexible. Arguably, it was a better spell. Like even though after the patch, there are cases where the new Winter Wyvern ult seems better because like you cast it on someone in the middle of 5 heroes and he just instantly blows up. But overall, back then it was such great control for the Sven and just countered God's Strength so well.
These days, normally it's like we need Splinter Blast to stop a minion push. Like Dota Pit, when we, like at the land finals of that, it was nothing but minions. Minion teams were winning everything. As we saw, like, returns of Lycans as well. Pro Rangers, anyone that could just basically buff your own team. It was... Wait, how'd they get the... Oh, it's because he summoned it out there. I'm like, did that courier walk out, like, during the other... That's not possible. He summons the courier as he went out. So Sol not wanting to waste any time, except for indecision about where he wants to plant the ward. Ping's coming asking him to actually block out this camp here. But he's going to observe a ward behind the tower, and Sol will have to like walk into this little crevice in the little tree area there. So he can hide away from the wary...
Oh, he's been spotted.
Yeah, Steph saw him. Steph saw him. All he wants to do is courier snipe, and now he's going to give away first blood. This is the start that LC was looking for. Because there's also no Arctic Burn, he can't just run himself away. Paralyzing Cask will buy some time, but as there's Ven coming over, he'll actually level up Stormbolt. And First Blood will actually go the way of Solon of all the people. That will take the last hit. But it's going to go the way of London Conspiracy. And they should instantly, they instantly de-ward the ward, which actually pushes Void to half a level as well. Oh, actually no, he shares it.
Yeah, kind of weird that they put the ward there because it's not like they have a bounty on her or... I mean, I guess Solo tried to get a courier snipe.
Courier snipe is it. Like, that's all it could be. If he went for anything else, it wouldn't have made any sense.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you courier snipe because you get a chance to. You can't really bank on that being a reliable way to start the game. Oh, it could have worked out, but unfortunately for him, that cost him a first blood and a ward. Pretty big deal.
Death Star was visible to the Hawk. Solo's going to get a glimpse of him as well as he walks out the mid lane. He's looking for his own little chance to add some pressure on top of no one. Baby Knight will just run it off. Arctic Burn wears off, and then Baby Knight instantly knows the timing, turns around.
Oh,
he actually has to wind run himself out. But that's fine. Like, you're okay going level 1 on wind run.
The creeps doubled up, so it's going to be kind of annoying for a Baby Knight to CS under the tower.
Well, luckily he just picked a power shot, so if he times it right, he could get a couple of them.
Let's count the CS.
How many is that so far? 1?
You got 2 for 2.
2 for 2? We'll make it 2 for 3. 4. 4 for 5.
Oh, not bad.
5 for 7. Could have been worse.
Definitely.
And he's able to do this without no one interfering, because he's pretty safe underneath the tower. How's the top lane going to look? Obviously, Mason going to get a lot of experience from out here. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile for Solon going for that, like that early point up in Malediction. Try and hunt for the kill over on the Beastmaster. Sometimes Beastmaster will have that wait, FN? Okay, never mind. Hello, bottom lane, Kefka. FN, almost getting blocked in there. He cuts through with the Tango. This is a very aggressive Ursa on bottom lane.
Yeah, he doesn't have any creeps, so he's got to be a bit careful. Looks like he's gonna drag the creeps while Solo makes a pull. It was all calculated. Trying
A
to
little bit careful there, Kefka. You still haven't lost your stacks, and in fact now FN puts the 5th one on him. Kefka was like half a second away from losing those Fury swipes.
Haste.
He's not going to come down far enough for Seema to do something about this, and he also doesn't have glimpse on Seema, so yeah, that's fine.
Looks like Steph Style is gonna make a play. He has a haste rune, but the angles are kind of weird right now.
And the Hawk's about to scout him out. He knows something is up. Actually one of the greatest heroes to play in the current meta. Like the amount of times like when you die aside and you rotate over. Just a couple of support heroes are Mag. That's that early point up in Malediction. But he can see the gank coming in. Like that's, well, Solon, you're a little bit too deep there as well. Malediction, it's only level 1, so it may not be enough to kill him. And in fact, it will not be.
Yeah, level 1 Maledict is so weak that I feel like compared to the mana cost, it's almost never worth using level 1 Maledict.
It gives you
Ideally
like sometimes though, it's the difference between a first blood and not a first blood.
Oh, for sure. If you can... Sometimes, like, if you are in an awkward spot where you have to zone out the offlaner and paralyzing cask on a one-on-one situation isn't going to help too much, then you can get Maledict and they're going to back out because you don't want to take, like, 5 out of...
Steph
Oh,
Style
nice.
Missed his rolling boulder. That cold snap timing from no one was perfect, and Steph Style's going to go down. And Vega will get a revenge kill.
Yeah, and Vork were one of the better heroes against Earth Spirit for... I mean, that's
Has he got
only
Baby Knight as well? He's got Baby Knight as well. He just walked in and put down the ice wall, and Baby Knight could not run away.
Big plays.
Advantage for no one. That's 2 kills in such a short space of time. He's now up to almost level 6. The
And
money
the
for
Midas.
his Hand of Midas. Like we had 2 Midas in focus tonight. One of them was what, 13 minutes for Denny, and the other one was 9.5 minutes. If he keeps going at this rate, he's gonna be done by 7.
Just like a super golden time.
Maybe that needs to get control of this lane back again. Now Solo, nope. He
think,
runs in almost making it so Baby Knight feels he could have a crack. There's not a lot of mana left on no one, however, so like the chance of him being able to have another crack at Baby Knight is pretty low.
Earlier, when we were talking about some other lanes, I noticed that Baby Knight tried to get a solo kill on no one, but he had to use all 3 of his spells, which was a big hit to his mana pool, and that might have snowballed into the situation where when he died to no one just now, he didn't have mana. And in order to be competitive in CS, he had to spam Power Shot, and he just didn't have enough mana sustainability to... You ideally always want to have Wind Run, but just that earlier engagement forced him to use all his mana.
Kind of an odd thing to pick up on an Ursa, especially when you spend like a large amount of time sending it out to the courier, but can you explain to me why he got an extra set of tangos on this Ursa as opposed to just like waiting for the like a Morbid Mask or something along those lines?
I think they're trying to macro the lane where Seema the Slayer or Solo, when he's in the lane, they want to make sure the supports are get really good level 6 timings, and for that to happen, he has to tank the
Top lane
waves.
fight, starting to run up right now. Baby Knight still being cold snapped up, tries to run away, paralyzing cask and Malediction. Connects on both Solo as well as no one. And this dissuades them chasing Baby Knight any further.
And there's a lot of rotations. Sven had to rotate from all the way from top to mid.
They're bowling in, they're underneath the tower, however Solo's still got that cold embrace. So Baby Knight's damage won't do anything. Baby Knight's actually trying to come back for the power shot, but he uses the wind run underneath the tower with the help of Jalopy. He's going to find that first kill. As Solo, the paralyzing cast, makes it a lot harder for him to escape. And with the power shot missing, Jalopy will still have enough. He needs one more attack. Looks like it'll be the creep wave to finish the job for him. Baby Knight still trying to get himself away from that Forest Spirit. Glimpse back over. The Forest Spirit last attack is not enough. He's on 2 HP. The Forest Spirit will not be able to catch up. Baby Knight's got the 20 movement speed on it. That's a big fight for LC to get away with such low life on both Kefka as well as Baby Knight. He's dodging Sunstrike as well. He's really worried about it. So he just denies himself to Ancients.
Yeah, what an unexpected engagement. I thought they could have just walked away from it, but trying to get return kills for your bros. I didn't want Invoker's death to be in vain, but it ended up being Seema kind of feeding another kill. And I was just going to mention that the Sven rotating all the way from top to mid was kind of going to be wasted time, but he managed to pick up 2 kills, or at least be part of the 2 kills, or 3 was it?
Yeah, he's been involved in like First Blood to start with, obviously, but he's been involved in every single kill that London Conspiracy has claimed so far. Seema's gonna have a crack at bottom lane. Kefka need to weigh out the timing a little bit longer, and then he can do exactly this. Glimpse down. Kefka's gonna go for the leap, and that's why FN's waiting a little bit further up to have a crack at him. He also didn't get the kill. The Sunstriker from the Invoker would have done it.
And here's Baby Node.
Cold Embrace will protect Solo for now. Focus Fire is still available, however, so Solo doesn't escape from this.
You weren't so damn dead, I'd shoot you again.
Yeah, LC is staying pretty competitive in the early game. I thought before the whatever happened at mid, Vega were definitely coming out on top because the Earth Spirit he wasn't able to do much in the early game. That's one of the things that he's known to do, pressure mid, namely like the rolling boulder is insane against mid. And you can't. It's like Mirana arrows, except even if you know it, you can't dodge it.
Funny thing is, like, I agree with you as well, but just looking up towards Mag on this off lane, with the rotations from LC, I just feel like Vega controls almost every single lane. You got Mag who's on his way to completing up his Necro Book. He gets an early start from Wizardry. You had FN that actually rotated into the jungle. They're going to smoke up, and Solon is here at the perfect time to interrupt the smoke, but he doesn't come all the way down. Can Vega get into the pit? They use a dominated creep.
Yeah, I think going into the pit is kind of a desperate play. If you get a pick off, then you can kind of go and force London Conspiracy to contest with while being outnumbered, like a 4-on-5, and then you go from there. But trying to sneak a Roche is too conspicuous at this point. They must have seen the Mask of... I mean, he has a completed Mask of Madness, so they saw the Mask of Death earlier. And yeah, they're just gonna. Well, they're not setting the dominated creep there, but
they had it before. They set it up to do the stack, but they'll send it back down again in a moment. Just also the fact that Seema does this now. Initiates on the Faceless Void. FN's gonna rip them apart. Thanks to the Static Storm, there's no way the Faceless Void could leap himself away. But they were giving the space to Seema so that could happen. So FN went jungle. Seema stayed on the lane, got his level 6, and London Conspiracy didn't really get up in his face to stop him from doing that.
Yeah, some really good levels for Seema. I think, yeah, that's part of the reason why FN got the early set of additional tangos to tank the lane, allow Seema to pull the creeps as much as he wants. And now it's Solo's turn to get that level 6.
Point booster coming in for the Wind Ranger. That's going to be the other question I had. Like, is it worthwhile, especially considering you're playing around a Chronosphere, to get an early Blink Dagger or Force Staff over on the Wind Ranger, as opposed to just going directly into an Aghanims?
They're gonna find no one, but
yeah, but FN's coming in through the rear. He's going to rip apart the Witch Doctor. Paralyzing Cast will come out. There's no Malediction, and Solo arrives at the perfect time. Kefka now with no time walk away until now does get out. Invoker did pick up Baby Knight as well. But Kefka's out of mana. He's got 4 stick charges, but 5 seconds until he's got that time walk available. And FN's still going to pick up the double kill for this. So that was LC initiating, but it was Vega taking the 3 kills. And now they get Roshan.
yeah, I mean, it could have worked out, but I felt like Void and Witch Doctor, those two are... that might have been possibly the worst target to find because Invoker is kind of tanky. He has drums, he has more than 1k HP. Like, these guys are solely relying on their spells.
The kick's gonna come in. Can they do enough? There's 15 stacks currently over on
Power
Roshan.
shot.
FN doesn't have his ulti for another 3 seconds, so he can't finish the job. The Seth style now follows himself forward,
There he goes.
goes in. Is there going to be enough with the silence? Yes, they bring down the Ursa. The Static Storm is down, but most of LC have managed to walk themselves out of this. Seema's in trouble, and Solo has to clip himself at the moment with the Arctic Burn. He doesn't get all the way out, however, and even gets bashed up by Roshan. He'll cold embrace quickly. The Storm Bolt will actually trigger on Roshan. I think that's actually initially meant for Solo. But either way, Roshan now belongs to London Conspiracy after Vega thought they had enough time to take out Roshan.
Holy crap. I didn't even know about Sven's blink dagger. I wasn't paying attention, but I think that changed things considerably.
He must have just farmed up the Ancient stack beforehand. I also was not keeping tabs of it. Vega definitely didn't know about it. Jalopy got in there so quickly, and the control just wasn't there. And the fact too that that was a fight without FN. He basically died on the first initiation that came in from the Earth Spirit, who got a perfect it was the boulder in, and then the pull.
And they didn't even have to use Chrono for that. They used Chrono earlier on the attempt on no one, and now they have Chrono back. It's like golden timing for LC because now they have the ult on Earth Spirit.
Glimpse. Gonna drag Baby Knight back into the meteorite as Faceless Void. He came in looking for a Chronosphere option, but they're not going to get anything. And now Jalopy's actually a little bit more exposed on bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he does have an Aegis on top of a blink dagger, so as long as he's not way out of place, he should be fine, and it should dissuade Vega from trying to go on him.
Say hello to Baby
Baby
Knight. They can't cross the river and fight. And you still got 4 players from LC who are preparing to take out that bottom tower. It wouldn't take long for them to rotate over.
Oh, here they go.
Well, they actually find him. With the Sunstrike, they have enough damage. They would be able to rotate a little bit faster, but LC, they still even haven't done any damage to that tier 1 tower, so you lose your mid hero.
Dire's top tower
You got
is
FN
under
who's
attack.
still waiting for someone to come top lane so he can blink and kill them. And Vega's now going to apply a lot of pressure to the tier 1 tower in mid. That should do more damage than LC achieved on bottom lane.
Yeah, I think LC tried to do too much. They tried to pressure bottom, as well as... Okay, there's a Chrono. Solo. Easy kill.
Can't stop that damage.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Baby Knight was trying to join his team, but like this area where they had that really crucial Roche fight, there was likely going to be a war there, and that's exactly what happened. They have to just stick to one objective at the same time instead of getting too greedy because they had a big win at the Roche pit.
With the Mask of Madness, FN's not going to take long before he gets through this tier 1 tower. Both Mask of Madness as well as Overpower. Such a beautiful combination for an Ursa.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if they should have just given the Aegis to Baby Knight, considering the Sven. He has a Dominator, and okay, the Blink Dagger kind of means that he wants to be active, but at the same time, Sven is a kind of hero where you want to take full advantage of his farming capabilities, so it's like he's going to be in the jungle for a good portion of this next 5 minutes. So he was less likely to die or need the Aegis. So I think giving Baby Knight the Aegis might have been better. But we'll have to see.
In hindsight, it would have been a good choice considering he died, but we can judge it from an armchair. I'm probably just like, we need to protect this Ven. He's going to be our big carrier. He needs to go man mode up against the Ursa. He's probably going to be the primary target as well of FN at the start of every fight.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, they have that glyph.
Baby Knight was attempting the denial. For the power shot, they jump
There
forward,
you
they
go.
find no one. There's your curse, however, and that's the focus. Most the attention over towards Jalopy, but that's Storm. Okay, here comes FN, and out goes that FN. Already got the kill over on this Ven. They burn the Aegis Immortal. You trade the hero that was initiated on, Invoker, for the Earth Spirit. And FN wants to go again. His blink is off cooldown. And he jumps in, looks for actually getting the... Oh, okay, that's a big stun into the ultimate as well. Baby's going to change his target to kill off FN. Now with the dead ward, Mag's going to go down too. LC, this is a huge fight for them. But they can keep the pressure on, which they can. You've still got check shot from Baby Knight, and he's looking for the next target. He won't be able to catch up to Seema. But still, with no Invoker on the field, the other three just drop after Vega get dragged back into a fight.
Yeah, I don't understand why Vega felt so confident going back into that fight. They could have been completely fine with backing after losing Invoker, and you know they got an Aegis. It wasn't like a 1-for-0 trade, and you see FN kind of lead the charge with his Mask of Madness on, but first of all, he can't target the Wind Ranger, and Sven is also not the most ideal target because he has Warcry, which negates a good portion of his damage. And they didn't spend Chrono until that point, so...
Vega's making a smoke move. They're coming over. Their Storm's off cooldown in 3 seconds time. But they actually... Okay, they Sunstriked. This actually means Invoker's only got Meteorite. It drags Death Star back, so this will be the death of the Earth Spirit. Nothing will stop that. And already Voice leaping himself out. This is the choice time now from LC. I didn't actually realize that Invoker actually killed this Sven with that Sunstrike. Got my head back. Yeah, I'm just like sitting here going, wait, hang on, this Sven's dead as well. Get my head back in the game after an hour and a half pause, but yeah, that Sunstrike. Here I was worried that Invoker wouldn't have two abilities going into a fight up against LC, but they already got the kill.
Yep, and they're pinging it.
Dire's bottom tower has
But unfortunately for them, they're gonna put the sentry down later and realize it expired.
So Vega's gonna be so happy about this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
2 big pickoffs, then you get to inflict some damage into a tier 2 tower as well. They're waiting for a defender to arrive before they... Nope, they are actually gonna completely pull out. And LC,
Yes.
now there's their turn to smoke up and try and find an initiation point. Roshan won't spawn for another like 1 minute 45 seconds at the earliest.
It's good game sense from them too, because it felt kind of awkward that no one's
The
defending.
jump, Siva, with a God's Break, but the cold embrace is there. Disruptor won't be able to escape just yet. Solan's waiting to actually go off with that Death Ward, but not required. After Sven just went back in and hit him once, but now no one focuses over on that Sven. And there's your curse. Stab's gonna get ripped apart by that Sven. He still has the God Strength up, and then the Invoker Sunstrike goes to work. The Chronosphere, he'll catch out 3 with the Shackle Shot from Baby Knight. Focus Fire on the mag, Paralysis Cast, and Death Ward. But FN, he's just a little bit too big. They have to give him a little bit of breathing room here. Kefka starts to TP out. No one stuns, nothing.
Oh man, time dilation so good against Invoker. LC is... I mean, the fight could have gone a lot worse for them. No one did so much work in that team fight. He locked down the Sven and got a perfect Sunstrike combo. It was pretty neat to watch. I didn't expect LC to actually get the return kill on Beastmaster. When your Sven kind of dies like that and you Chrono, there isn't that much damage. Wind Ranger is... I mean, he does have the Ags, so he's getting there. But... at least for LC, it's not going to lead to more objectives for Vega.
All those objectives are starting to get deeper onto the side of LC's map. So every time they venture in this far, they venture into a very dangerous point where LC should be able to bring more support. As they should. They are still running a double Blink Dagger or triple Blink Dagger lineup of their own once Baby Knight picks up his. They're sitting at 2k gold at the moment, so it shouldn't be too far off.
Oh, he's gonna go Maelstrom.
It is.
Yep.
Ooh. So no maneuverability around a Faceless Void Chrono, but instead we go Glass Cannon with the extra stats you get from Aghanim Scepter being the only thing to offset just how fragile she's going to be.
Well, in a way, he's kind of going all in on the Chrono follow-up because they desperately need damage into Chrono, and Sven is unable to do that, just the nature of him being melee. And I think Baby Knight's line of thinking is that if he gets a Blink Dagger, that'll be kind of neat in terms of landing Shackle Shots, but it doesn't do any more damage than what he already had. And right now, they want... I mean, the Kefka has been getting pretty good Chronos, but the follow-up hasn't been quite there, and Witch Doctor is not going to get an Aghanims anytime soon. Neither can the Earth Spirit really start to magnetize into a Chrono, so... Vega
have just taken over this dire jungle. I'll see, I don't know if they're really caring about it too much. Like, their primary focus seems to be to hover around the Roche pit and make sure Vega can't just slip in and grab him. But they're about to be forced into a trade-off. It's the tier 2 tower on the top lane for the tier 1 tower on bottom.
Yeah,
It looks like
look
Vega's
at
not even going to let them have that. They're already TPing FN down to defend.
and look at LC's earlier hesitation.
they're coming.
Oh, here comes.
Jump in, they've already triggered the God Strike. They really want that kill over on FN. FN really wants to survive this too, and well, he blinks up. They're right behind him. There goes the Chronosphere. Baby Knight locked on the edge of it. But they have Storm Bolts, they have Paralyzing Cask, and they will bring down the Ursa, delaying his Aghanim Scepter just that little bit longer. The trade-off will be the tier 2 tower on the top lane, which was taken by Vega. But LC get the tier 1 tower on bottom lane in trade-off as well. And they know that Roshan has also just spawned up.
Yeah, that was kind of weird from Vega, because I felt like the reason they were in the dire side of the jungle was they knew that LC was rotating to the opposite direction. And then when Ursa TP'd in, I thought Vega intend to, like, you know, defend. They didn't want to trade. They're going to take the tier 2 and, you know, try to hold off this tier 1 tower, but it was FN all on his own.
So,
And
Aegis,
again,
the Immortal,
yeah.
it's into the hands of Sven once again, not the Wind Ranger.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Wouldn't have been hard for Baby Knight to grab that. No one. It's like they're staring down their faceless void. They know he doesn't have Chronosphere, so instead they lock down Baby Knight. Disruptor ulti is perfect. Actually caught the Sven as well. The Sunstrike's in a pretty damn good position. Splits his damage between Soul as well as Jalopy. With a Splinter Blast flying in, the Necrobook's right in the back of the Sven. He can't escape. The Aegis Immortal will trigger Step Style. Could have balled himself away to safety. He gets just outside that Disruptor wall, and Jalopy able to blink himself away to safety as well. Step Style won't be so lucky with that Splinter Blast leeching out. And the initial target to bounce up to him and kill him off was that Earth Spirit, giving Mag now a double kill. And also the tier 2 tower for Vega. Called these guys brawlers, and man, that coordination, that started the fight. They got LC really good.
Yeah, they sure did. It feels like a deja vu of what happened the first time with the Roche. LC gets a big win at the Roche pit, and while they have the Aegis, they don't really manage to push their advantage. They kind of hesitate. Baby Knight gets picked off, and here again.
They jump in. Going up no one, there's the time dilation, the Chronosphere technically catching out 3 heroes, but they can't kill the Invoker thanks to the cold embrace. The solo got off Seema. Well, the wall comes up, but it won't control off LC. Seema will go down, and with the Shack Push on top of solo, LC will get 2 exit kills. They're looking for a little bit more, but they do not have Chronosphere, and they do not have vision on no one.
Yeah, until Sven gets a BKB, there's going to be some major problems. I guess that's part of the reason why they wanted to give the Aegis to the Sven, because he has to go in and man up for the team. Ooh, get that.
Really nice.
And no one's been playing really well in team fights in terms of like execution, dealing DPS. His spells have been pretty damn spot on.
It's the great catch out, like even the itemization to catch out. You get the Blink Dagger on both Invoker as well as the Beastmaster. And when you got Necrobooks as well as on the ability to like instantly summon Force Spirits or all the other disables that Invoker provide, you know you can kill off any hero in LC, including this event.
Yeah. I mean, this lineup for Vega is a pretty Invoker-centric lineup. I feel like these kind of lineups are really convenient for Invoker to play because there's just so much setup. Like the 2 supports, the Beastmaster, these are... like the Sunstrike is pretty much served to you on a dish, and the Ursa going in and zoning people out, just really nice.
It was like I don't want to say our game earlier, because obviously that combo wasn't a winner. But it kind of feels like, yeah, Doom comes in, it's like, well, who the hell do I Doom? Like, I want to Doom the Invoker, but I can't. There's so many other heroes which are presenting themselves beforehand. And it feels the same kind of thing for LC right now. They really want to be able to pop no one. That mid-fight that happened for them was the first hero they got. It was the Invoker. After that, like Vega didn't appear to be as solid in their fights.
Yeah, no one has a BKB now, so He's not gonna go for the greedier non-BKB Invoker. He's gonna go for the BKB, which isn't all that like invulnerable because if they land a good chrono into see that.
Shaka won't lash, but Focus Fire will be more than enough damage. The chrono, however, catches the Winter Wyvern. They have to wait a little bit longer inside the wall, which is planted down by Disruptor, and Solo's Glimmer Cape. He's got 16 one charges he'll take to the skies. He'll actually use now his 17 one charges thanks to that last little time walk. No time lock by Kefka. And Solo's away to safety. They'll only get the one, and that's for the committal of the Chronosphere.
Yeah, it's good play by Solo. I'm guessing they didn't know he had the Glimmer Cape,
Are under attack.
or they weren't ready for it. It was kind of like an in-the-moment chrono where they're like, oh, there's another guy there. Let's just chrono him.
The jump's coming. They're after FN. Beastmaster may have to turn as Warp. Quick pause as Winter Wyvern's disconnected from the game, and it could be another critical point. He's sitting in the perfect spot just to curse up over on the Faceless Void or the Sven. More than likely, he'll choose the Void, so the Sven kills off the Void.
Or he's gonna just time-lapse it off, time-walk it out after 2 seconds, or however long it is, 3?
Yeah, true, that could happen. But you've also got,
4 seconds.
you've also got Mag sitting there. Mag's Blink Dagger is on cooldown, however, and so is Invokers. So both No One as well as Mag can't just jump down to this. Maybe it's better to almost like delay this a little bit more. There's no magical damage to come, right? So you could actually just technically cold embrace the Ursa. But he also just enraged, so he wants to fight.
Uh,
Well, unless he actually no, he did that to break for.
yeah, he wanted to run. He's like a scared Ursa right now. During the pause, they might choose to fight because Beastmaster is in a position where he doesn't have Blink Dagger available. But if he tells Ursa to move towards the north side, you could potentially see him roaring up the Sven, and Invoker is in a spot where if he like somehow manages to get in position to get a beautiful meteor blast down this ramp, it's like a really narrow path. I mean, you see all of LC's heroes are lined up perfectly, and if they continue this path, it's gonna be like a rampage.
They're all visible as well.
Combo.
Like they're standing underneath observer wards and hawks. So it's like right now I'm on Vega's vision game, and they see everything of LC. The funny thing is too, if you look back at the base in the mid lane, these Forge Spirits are slowly bringing down the range racks. So if this fight drags on a little bit longer, I don't know if the fortification's up. There's no activatable thing saying it is. But it looks like these Forge Spirits may even finish off that range racks while this fight goes on. They're not resummoned.
I think so. The creeps aren't there. Like the creep wave is well out of.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think the creep wave just died or something. And then the Forge Spirits start attacking. Because if they haven't done their first attack, like there should be a backdoor regeneration thing with flags, right? Even when we pause, it should still be there.
I'm actually really bad at backdoor mechanics. Sometimes I feel like our towers, like our buildings, should be invulnerable, but they just start taking damage. I'm like, what? Like the creeps died over there. Like, why do we have backdoor protection?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's see what happens. BKB goes off from Sven. Instantly, Kefka focuses on Solo. With Glimmer Cape, will dodge a lot, and he'll curse over on the Faces Void. The Sun strikes perfectly on Baby Knight, and that was the target the Mag decided to go on. And now LC, they're split into multiple parts. A little bit further up, you're going to watch Jalopi now being focused down by No One, and the Earth are going to town. The Death Lord starts doing his damage, but Soul instantly interrupted. Jalopi to the trees, he'll take a fall. No one will take 2, no one will take 3. You might be able to look for a 4th in a moment, but it looks like everyone has managed to TP themselves away to safety. Now I realize I don't see everything because I was still on Vega's perspective as far as Fog of War goes. But they're making a break for the mid lane in just a sec. Unless they can... Oh, they actually see Steph. Yeah. No! No one! The Radiant Courier is now going to stalk him. The Ursa is preparing to murder. Tornadoes off target, Steph style. Ball up and actually over the edge. No One is so hot in his pursuit though. They keep the Courier next to him to keep the vision up, allowing for cold snap. And Steph wants to get it, he can't though. He required 3 hits to kill the Courier. At least he sent Vega on a bit of a wild goose chase.
I'm wondering if that was the best play, because after that fight, No One was the one who pinged mid, and he's like, let's go for that Rax, and he decided to not follow his own orders and went on a wild goose chase. And thanks to that, I mean, possibly they could have defended the racks, the melee racks at least, from London Conspiracy, but for sure when he started going for the Earth Spirit, they were not going to get the racks. But yeah, no one, look at no one. He already has a boost of travel on top of 2k gold. I mean, this Invoker game is one of the best timing Invoker games. Like, he's going to be full slotted before 40 minutes most likely at this rate.
It's the dream for him. He's a full 5,000 net worth in front, almost a full 5,000 net worth in front of this event. Even Seema, like they're getting more and more. You're gonna get double 4-stars coming the way of Vega. You did get a fresh one over on the Earth Spirit, so they got some ways to now start kiting out the Ursa Warrior. It's just the fights, like, I wasn't even certain exactly which part of the fight was the best place to look at for that fight. Yeah, we could have zoomed out so everyone like do this, so everyone looks like mice. And then maybe you probably wouldn't have seen it all.
And they smoked, but it's
no one. This is BKB. The Crocus Spear is going to go off. Wyvern said instantly, and no one is isolated. Baby Knight with the focus fire. They get two very quick picks. That's 811 gold coming the way of Baby Knight too. You're going to pump in a lot more damage into him shortly.
That was like a perfect chrono. And I mean, by far the most important kill, like the most valuable kill they could have looked for.
It's the one we said before. It's the dream starts the fight. You take out the Invoker, Vega won't fight.
Pretty much, because Ursa is only able to do damage under conditions that, like, LC is busy with other stuff. Otherwise, he has to deal with Windranger not being killable because he doesn't have NKB. You know, Sven is generally going to have Warcry on and smashing your own supports.
It's actually worth it for FN to go something like the MKB as his next major item, instead of like the straight lockdown of something like Abyssal to go with that BKB of his.
I feel like FN shouldn't really focus too much on the Windranger, because even if he does go MKB, Windranger shouldn't really be too threatened. Like, of course, like the MKB on Ursa is gonna at least increase his chances of killing Windranger, but if Windranger is on top of his game...
Seema. Baby Knight's having to wait in the wall. He's gonna get picked up by the tornado, but then the blink forward Chronosphere catches Solo. Seema's already pretty damn low, but Seema's still gonna throw that ulti down on Baby Knight. He's just got no way to keep him in that, so Kefka, he'll get the kill on Solo. And they also pick up that retreating out Seema. And this is about 15-20 seconds before Roshan's going to spawn. But the top lane's already under attack. Mag got a solo kill on the Earth Spirit before this even started. But from there, he just added more pressure to the top lane.
Yeah, I feel like Vega is sort of losing focus. They were in such a good position, but now... I mean, they're so lucky that the Roche wasn't an early spawn. And with this Void having Aghanims, it's going to make it so much easier for Kefka to just spam Chronos, and he's going to find one person and not hesitate for a moment, and he's just going to use Chrono.
Yep.
And at this point, Vega, all the heroes serve some kind of important role. Like, without the Winter Wyvern, for example, that means Sven and Windranger, they're just going to kill whoever they please. Invoker obviously is the one that really needs to dodge Chrono at all costs.
Crazy how big this Beastmaster's getting as well. Like, you don't really feel it when you look at the net worth, but Blink, Necros, and he's about to finish up a full assault Cuirass and 75 gold. They're actually going to kill off FN in mid, or are they? Seema, making life difficult. Now, Deathward, okay, yeah, they will, and Seema hung around a little bit too long. He'll go down. The tornado's arriving from no one, but now Winter Wyvern, you can see Solo just twitching, not willingly sticking around. He's on the edge of that dire Sentry Warden with a kick. Earth Spirit, I don't think Stepstar realized what he got there. In fact, he actually managed to grab no one in the back of the kick. But they focus on bringing down Roshan now. And this is actually exactly what no one can do to stop them. Attack the tier 3 tower. They'll still take LC a while before they can kill off Roshan.
Melee Rex.
Yeah, that'll work. Can he finish this in time? They're coming back. There's no fortification. He's going to BKB to finish this and then blink away. Obviously, paralyzing cask will have no effect. But he needs a little bit longer to blink, and he needs 3 seconds before he can ghost walk. Do we have detection? You got the gem of
Yeah,
truth
we have
over on Kefka. Alright, so no one. All he can do is BT out Chronosphere. Doesn't matter if snagging them one, so pull down slow. They get the kill on the Invoker, but you still lose your mid racks for Roshan.
I don't think it's such a big deal though, because recently there's been a pretty big swing in terms of momentum for LC, and that mid-rax, it was an exposed mid-rax, and they get a kill on an Invoker, and they force them to use a 8-second BKB, so...
You may have to buy back too, if they're going to hold their own mid-racks.
Radiant's middle tower.
The amount of damage the Baby Knight does will allow them to easily move through these towers. There's fortification to buy a little bit more time out of the 45 seconds remaining for Invoker to respawn. But what else, like, lane clearance do you have? Mag's not even there yet, so we can't even throw out the axes. They wall it up, they can Thunderstrike it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but they're gonna just do so much damage. I don't think no one wants to buy back at this point. It's already...
Yeah, it's too close.
Yeah, he only has 20 seconds, but the problem
they go
is...
for the curse over on Wind Ranger.
Does buy back.
Jalopi is still low. Where's that opening? Like, you buy back on an Invoke, you need to be able to get something. Famous is going to BKB the tornado effect off. Jalopi, he was brought back, but he's still got the Aegis C model, so he's fine with this. Especially when that BKB is now going to wear off for the Invoker. He'll get the Deathling Blast into the Raw, but his BKB timing was perfect. So all of that damage, which he probably could have taken, was negated because of the BKB. And a 5-hit Chronosphere! That is the dream right there. Even on the edge, the Death Ward from Solon is not ripping through him. They've got a shackle to the mag, as well as no one. The 4-star tried to actually save him from the cleave damage, but that could be the gameplay right there from LC. FN wants to fight, but yep, they're actually going to call it. 35 minutes in, Vega will tap out of game 1 of this best of 3. As LC just got the dream fight. They don't even take the racks. Vega will upper racks. They call the game. They understand this is out of their control now.
Oh, such a weird game, Toby. I feel like Vega played so well for, like, let's say 90% of the game, and the 10% it was kind of like, what? Like, they're out of focus. And just those small, I wouldn't say small mistakes, but those mistakes at crucial timings just cost them so much.
I guess you can't believe it ends this way, but it does. So we'll have ourselves a break. Game number 2 coming up in a moment.